In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start day trading if I had to start over again from scratch. I wasted years of my time not knowing what to do. I was super confused because I literally didn't know where to start. I also lost thousands of dollars that I didn't have to lose if I know what I will explain to you today. I'm going to show you all the basic info. I'm not going to talk about any strategy yet, just the tools that I use on a daily basis, the website that I use on a daily basis, and everything that I used to learn day trading. I will talk about trading psychology, I will talk about trading math, how you can make thousands of dollars just because there is a simple move in the market that happened. I will guide you on how to find the best strategy that fits your lifestyle and your environment, and I hope after watching this video you don't need any other start to day trade video again, because I will literally cover everything from scratch. So you're probably wondering, where do I start looking at the chart? There is one simple tool we all use for this, and it's called TradingView. Just follow me along, open your computer and go to TradingView. You will then see this pop up, and here is where it actually gets started. So on top you will click on markets, and right now we will just go to the S&P 500. If you see this, click on full chart. This is what you should have. Probably for you it's in red and green, in the ugly colors. I don't use them. I have my very simple psychological reasons why. You choose. If you want my settings, I will go over all the tools later in this video and you can just copy them. Right now, we will just go over the basic look at the market. How does the price work, how this market moves, and why this market moves. So every time we look at the chart, we will see that price goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. This is caused by two groups of people. We have the buyers that cause price to go up, and we have the sellers that cause price to go down. This all happens with algorithms, physical traders, big institutions, hedge funds. All the big guys create these big moves. In the end, it's all basic supply and demand. Market is filling all simple imbalances there are between the buyers and the sellers. Super simple. When price goes up, right here, we have a demand. Why? People are interested in buying this asset, so the price goes up. In the other way, super simple, when price goes down, people are selling, we have supply. People are interested in seeing this asset drop in price. This is how I explain it every time to my students. It's a super idiot but very simple concept. So imagine you go to the grocery store and you need apples. You need apples and the store provides them for you for $2.80. So you're going to buy one apple. Simple example, you're going to buy one apple. One apple for $2. And in the store, they have a stock of 10 apples. What is supply? What is demand? Super simple, guys. They have 10 apples. Their supply to you is 10 apples. You only want one apple. Your demand is one apple. Very simple. Supply, demand. I have something for you, you want something for me. What's gonna happen? I will buy one apple for $2. They now only have 9 apples. So my demand is filled, their supply drops. Super simple. Imagine I'm not the only one that needs apples. There are probably tens of people that will go to the grocery store and buy their apples. So imagine it's not only me that wants the apple. There are hundreds of people that go to that grocery store and they need the apple. The store has a massive demand for this apple. What will happen? Imagine they have 100 apples now, and they have 10 people that need their apple. They know the apples will be sold out. They know people will buy this. What happens? The store, smart of course, instead of selling them for $2, they will change them to $3. Why? Because people will buy them. So because there is a large amount of demand, the store ups their prices. Very simple. One apple is now worth $3 instead of $2 because there is a big demand. In the other way, imagine the store has 100 apples and no one is buying them. Why? Because they are $3 and they used to be sold for $2. What is the store gonna do? Bada boom, back to $2. Because at 100 apples for 3 USD, they don't have any demand anymore. The supply is overweighing the demand. The price is too high, meaning we need to drop. This, guys, is super simple if you look into the market. So for example, let's go back to S&P 500 and apply it on here. So right here you can see the price. What can we see here? At this point around 6,400, we can see price started rising and rising and rising until here. This means people were super interested in the stock and were buying it no matter the price. If we follow the same path on the price chart, we could see prices went all the way up to almost 6,700. Right here, we created a drop. Why? How is that possible? Because there is too much S&P 500 at a way too high price. People were not interested in buying anymore, so we had to drop the price, so people were again interested in buying. Same here, people were interested, buying. People are not interested anymore, we need to drop the price. People are interested anymore, we go up. What do we see now? We are at a super high point again. What will happen? Probably, guys, what will happen? We need another drop because people are not interested in buying it at these prices. This might sound a bit complicated, but this is basically how the market moves. I will now go over all the tools that I use on a daily basis. First of all, I start with TradingView. This is where I do all my analysis before taking a trade. Second thing that we use is our broker or our prop firm. And the third thing I do is journaling. Super important, journal every trade. So I'll take you guys with me to TradingView. Same thing like I did in the beginning. So TradingView again, simple, go to a market. I will again just go to S&P 500 because it doesn't really matter. Full chart, and then right now I will show you guys every little thing that I use. This is my chart, this is what it looks like. If you want to copy my settings, I will show them right now. Pause the video and then you can copy them. This is the color of my candlesticks. The borders and the wick all black. Status line, bro, just copy this. Scales line, copy canvas, copy, this is my color, copy all the rest. Trading, this is everything I have enabled, alerts, events, blah blah, that's it. So for the second thing, I will go over my favorite drawing toolbar. So right here you can see this bar contains all the favorite tools that I use on a daily basis. This is how you create the bar. So on the left, go to all these things and mark all these things with a star. So trend line, give it a star right here. Horizontal line, horizontal ray, both give them a star. Second thing, nothing. Third thing, nothing. Fourth thing, long position and short position, both give them a star. Here, brush, rectangle and pad, give them a star. And then the last one is the text. Right here, nothing you should do. So you now have this bulk. In this bulk, we can use tools to put onto our chart. So the first thing we have is our trade idea. So this is our long or our short position. Like I said before, we can benefit the market in two directions. Probably seen this on a lot of videos. This is what your trade looks like. If you enter a position, you will put it right there where you entered, and so you can follow up on how your trade is going. Again, guys, my settings, copy this color, 40% opacity, and then the stop color is black and 30%. And same here, it's just the other way around. Then next we have horizontal ray. I use this horizontal ray to mark out some important points in the market. For example, when we hit our all-time high here, it's easy to see this is our exact all-time high. And when we break it, the rectangle, super easy to mark out your zones, blah blah, easy like that. Again, you can copy my settings if you want. Depending on the strategy, you will probably use this every day to mark out some important areas like supply, demand, support, resistance, I don't care. Next, we have a trend line. Again, you will probably use this a lot to mark out different concepts into your strategy. Again, you can completely customize this however you want it. Next thing, horizontal line. Kind of the same thing as a horizontal ray, but it just goes over your full chart. I don't really use this, but it's helpful. Same for using an all-time high or an all-time low or everything like that. Next we have our brush. I use this to mark out some important areas when I'm explaining things, when I'm learning myself. I would like to mark out some important things like this for myself. So again, add this and use this. The pad, super easy to mark out your basic market structure like this. I always use this also. For example, imagine we have an area here and I want price to pull back. I just draw something like this, so when I look back at it, I remember my trade idea. And the last thing, of course, super easy, the text, click text. These are all the tools that I use. Now, how does this chart work? Right now we are on the daily time frame. So on top here you could see you probably only have one. Again, give all these time frames a star. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, 8, you don't need 8 and 12. I just use it for my strategy. Daily, weekly, and then the monthly. Now, what does that mean? Every candle that you see represents one day. So every candle you see represents the number that stands there. Right now, every candle is a day. Right now, every candle is 12 hours. Right now, every candle is 4 hours. Right now, every candle is 1 minute. Why does this matter? Because depending on your strategy, you will use a lot of time frames. You will use a bigger picture, you will use a smaller picture, you will use higher time frames, lower time frames. It all adds up in the end. Just know that every candle represents the time frame that you choose here. And that's how different strategies work. That's how people trade in a different way. I don't think there is anything else I should explain about this. Right here down below is your time. Of course, use your correct time zone. On the left, there is nothing super important. And then the only thing I might say here on the right is your watch list. In your watch list, you can add all your important pairs that you want to look at. I highly advise you to create different types of lists. So I myself have my futures list, I have my swing list, I have my crypto list, I have my stock list. I like to have this list separate because I use a different strategy for my futures, for my swing, and for example for my crypto positions. Even for my stock positions on long term, I use a different type of strategy. Right now I will just stick with the futures list and explain how to create this. So on top, you will here click on create new list. You then choose your name, blah, blah. Make it easy for yourself. Choose futures, forex, indices. I don't really care, but make this list. And then in the list, you can see for my forex pairs, for example, I have different types of tabs. So in here, you will go to section, add section, and then you can create new sections. I have sections for all the pairs that I'm interested in, for my AUD pairs, GBP pairs, Euro pairs, blah, blah. So it's super easy for me to find a setup. If one of my students says, yeah, hey, I'm interested in Euro NZD, super simple. I go to my Euro pairs and there I find Euro NZD. Same here for my running trades. When I'm in a trade, I will just move the trade up and it's always on the top. That's it for TradingView, I think. Let's now go into the next tool that I use, and these are my brokers / my prop firms. Guys, you're probably wondering what are prop firms. Well, prop firms is the best thing trading has ever had in the entire space. Prop firms are basically companies that will provide you with capital that you can make way more money on than with your personal capital. It's also super good for your psychology because you're not playing with your own money, you're playing with prop firms' money. So it's not like you're losing a lot of money. Prop firms, they work with different type of accounts. You have accounts that start from 5K, you have accounts that run up all the way to 500K. I'll just use the basic example of a 100K. So the prop firm will give you $100,000 in trading capital if you complete their evil / challenge. So for Forex, you will need to gain 8% in the first phase and 5% in the second phase. Once you have completed this, you will get the full balance account into your name, and any profits you make after that are for you. There's probably a profit split like 80 to 20% with most firms. But again, imagine you have 100K, you pass your challenge, you make 1% profit, that's 1K profit, that's $800 just for you. Now, mostly the price of 100K is around, I would say, 400 to 500 US dollars. So I would say for the price, the return that you can get on these accounts is insane. Imagine you get a 5% payout, that's already a 10x of the money that you put in. That's why prop firms are so attractive. I will now show you guys the prop firm that I use for my Forex challenges. Prop firm is called Alpha Capital Group. This is what their website looks like. Right here, you can see a quick overview on all possible accounts that they offer. So they have one step. One step means they only have one phase that you need to pass. Right here, you can see your profit target is at 10%. So you need to gain a 10% on your account in order to pass this challenge. For the two-step, you can see they have different types. They have the 6%, the 8%, the 10%, or they swing. Personally, I'm a swing trader, so I'll always use the swing. And you can see the first profit target is 10%, and after that it's 5%. Some firms have 8, some firms have 10, some firms have 5. It's all different for a lot of firms. I use Alpha Capital, I have payouts on them, so I am very satisfied on them. Below that, you can see we have our drawdown. Drawdown means how much money can we lose in order to breach or fail the account. Of course, you can't go all the way to zero, wouldn't make sense. There are multiple rules on this account to keep you safe. So the max simulated drawdown, of course it's simulated because it's demo. Drawdown that you can get is 10%. You can lose $500, okay? We are looking at the 5K account, 10% is $500. Once you lost $500 on this account, your account is gone and you will have to purchase a new one. The max daily drawdown, as you can see, is 5%. This is how much you can lose in one single day. Very simple, guys. It's all basically talking for itself. Simulated trading days doesn't really matter. You have unlimited days to pass this account. And then your performance fee, once you pass this and you get switched over to the live funded account, you get 80% of the profits. Guys, if you want to use Alpha Capital, make sure to use code Pierre. It's always 15% off unless they are running a promotion, then it's even more. That's it for the Forex prop firms. Now we also have future prop firms, and of course Alpha Capital also has a futures prop firm. Right here you could see the website of Alpha Futures, and I will now show you guys a quick overview on their accounts. So they have a zero plan, a standard plan, and an advanced plan. I advise to use the zero plan because it has the least amount of rules and you can pass it in one day. So minimum trading day is 1. Your profit target on here is $3,000, so it's 6%. It's not just 6% that you need to pass this challenge and to get a payout already. There's a lot more that comes to play with it. Your max drawdown on the other hand is only 4%, so you can lose only 4% before they breach your account. On Forex this was 10, so here it is 4. Profit split, of course, none. When you pass, you get 90. A reset, if you fail your account, you can reset it for $80. Daily loss guard, again, same thing as with Forex, just a simple daily loss of $1,000. No consistency rule, max allocation, none. Hold through news, yes. Super simple, basically speaks for itself. With the standard plan, you do have a consistency rule. What is a consistency rule? You need to make consistent profits. It is not possible to go all in on one trade and to pass the account. The 50% rule means that not a single trade can be more than 50% of your total profit. So let's say you need $3,000 as your profit target. Not a single trade can be over $1,500. Why? Because this is already 50% of what you need. So the consistency rule, what would be a super clear profit target? 750 a day, 750 a day. Maybe then once is 900 a day, oh 9,000, 900 a day, then 600 a day. Now you can see your consistency is always around 700. It's not like, oh, I have one day 350, 250, and then all of a sudden I have a $1,400 day. This is not consistent. You want to show your firm that you make consistent profits or even losses, even if you have like a minus $500, $600 a day here. It's still fine because you are still in the same range. So that's very quickly how a consistency rule works. Always make sure to check this out because this is really important and a lot of people blow their accounts on this. Again, guys, I have a code on this. Use code Pierre for 10% off unless they are running a promotion. That's it, I guess, for the prop firm side. Let's now go to the broker side. So brokers. Again, here, guys, I use two different brokers. I use Traden for my future side, and then I use IC Markets for Forex side. So Traden, super simple. It's the broker and it's also the platform that you will trade on. Make an account, super easy, and you will get directed to your trading platform. You can start a 14-day free demo, guys. Simple life hack: create like 7 emails and milk the fuck out of this 14-day free demo. You need to start out with demo trading. So please just do what I said. Bro, me myself, I made like 7 emails so I can go over and free demo again, free demo again, free demo again to learn. So again, advice for you guys to do that. On the other hand, we have IC Markets. That's your Forex broker, and this is the broker that I use. I've been using it for years. I've deposited more than 5 figures on it. So again, verified by me, this is a good broker. Then the last concept that you will need in your tools is a good journal. I created a journal myself. I will put the link down below. You can completely copy this. Super easy, guys. How it basically works is every day, every time you take a trade, you need to journal it. You need to put it somewhere so you can learn from your mistakes or what you did good. For example, this is my October. These are all the trades that I took. I put them in here, right? Nasdaq, did I make profit? Did I make a loss? Did I make profit? Did I make a loss? When I make profit, I don't put anything else beside it because, of course, that's it. But when I lose, I will add a picture. I will add a text of what I did wrong, how I could have prevented it. And that's the way I always will learn from my mistakes. This month, surprisingly, I had 0 losses. I took 3 trades. I had 2 break-evens and 3 wins. So nice month, I would say. But again, please journal every time you took a trade to learn to journal your progress day in, day out. This is super important, guys. In this part, I will talk about the trading math. It is possible to make thousands of dollars with just a super small change in the market. So as you can see right here, we have AUD/NZD, it's a forex pair, and for example, this move was only 0.9% up, but you could have made thousands of dollars on this, and this is how. Your broker, your prop firm, they all work with leverage. So let's say they have a leverage of 1 to 100 on your account. This means that every dollar in your account is actually worth $100. Do the math. When you have $100,000 account, a lot, right? So every time you trade on a $100,000 account, you're actually trading with $10 million of buying power. That's a lot of money, right? So imagine you then put like what, 500k into this trade and you make 1%. You can do the math, right? That's basically how trading works. With this leverage that your broker/prop firm gives you, you are able to generate a lot more money than putting in $100 from yourself with a super small leverage or even zero leverage. Imagine you put in $500 and you make 1%. It's fucking $5, okay? No one is doing this. If you guys want any more in-depth information about the leverage, please go over to Baby Pips again and go over to the Forex side. Also read margin, super important, and then in kindergarten read Forex brokers because it's super important to know how it works. Personal now, completely off the charts, trading psychology. Trading requires a completely different mindset than most people think. It is not about the money, okay? That's the first thing you need to know. Trading is not for money. You need to learn this skill. You need to learn this aspect of your life to generate money. When you come into trading, just because you need money, just because you want money, it's not gonna work. You want to learn trading. You want to master the skill of reading the charts to take fucking insane trades. After you did this, money will follow, okay? That's the first thing you need to know before starting anything. Another nice tip, guys, is that losing in trading is not bad. Losing in trading is actually good. You will learn from your mistakes. You will, like I said, journal them, and in the next trade when something happens that you know, oh, when I did this before, I lost this trade, you will always learn from it. Now, what is one stupid thing with trading? Trading is the only job where a mistake directly costs you money, okay? When you are, for example, an engineer and you miss out on a project, you miss out on $7,000. When you're a doctor and a client doesn't show up, he doesn't pay $8,000, so you miss out on money. When you make a mistake in trading, you actually immediately lose 5,000, 3,000, 4,000, I don't know what, you lose money. That's the only job in the world that has this problem. When you start your journey, please use milestones. Use milestones and not day steps, okay? You don't need to make 10k at the end of the year. You don't need to make 100k at the end of next month. It doesn't matter. Use milestones. Your first $100, your first $1,000, your first $5,000, it all adds up. But it doesn't need to be within a certain time period. Here is why. You will trick your brain into thinking when you didn't reach the goal that you failed, that you did something bad, and that's not the case. You're actually growing day in, day out, but it could take a longer period of time that you had in your mind. So that's why I always say, please use the milestones and grow as a person with your journey. We are human beings, alright? We have emotions when it comes to money, when it comes to making money, when it comes to losing money. So the psychology side of trading is the most important aspect of everything. You need to master this, and again, you will lose thousands of dollars, okay? After this video, you will not go into the market and make thousands of dollars. It's not how it works. Everyone loses, even the big traders lose. It is normal. Even when you are super profitable for a long term, there will still be losses, and you need to know how to deal with it. Don't get attached to money. Like I said, trading is not a get rich quick scheme. It will take time. If I have any advice, get another sustainable income. Even if it's a job, even if it's another business, just make sure there is always something that covers for your losses in trading. The next step is finding the right trading strategy. Like I said, I will help you find the correct one, and it all depends on your personality, on your free time, on your job, on everything around that. So there are three types of traders. We have day traders, we have scalpers, and we have swing traders. Swing traders are the traders that take positions that could last multiple days. Day traders are traders that take a position beginning of the day and close at the end of the day. And then you have scalpers that take positions that literally last 10, 15, 30 minutes at max. So when you have a lot of free time, I highly suggest you look into scalping because you can master it super quick. When you don't have a lot of time, I suggest you go for swing trading because you only need to look at the market at certain hours and it's easy to combine with a normal day job or anything like that. If you figure out which one you want to be, I highly suggest you get a mentorship, someone who teaches you about a strategy around this type of trading. There are a lot of mentorships in the world and please choose a person that you feel trusted with, choose a person that has results from his students. That is super important. If there are people in his group and it's not working, you know you don't need to choose this guy, okay? So, first of all, you need testimonials, you need results, and you need to feel comfortable about this person. The mentorship needs a good community, okay? You need people around you to elevate you to next levels, to help you, so you can ask questions, so they will be answered. So there is a group around you with like-minded people, okay? That's super important. It helped me a lot being surrounded by a group of traders. I just kept on going every day. I saw them texting, I saw them sending analysis, and for me it was just like, wow, they are doing it, I need to do it too. So again, not only a mentorship is important, also a very strong community is super important. When you have figured all this out, the only thing left for you to do is to learn, and learn. Traders aren't Einsteins, okay? I know traders that are not the smartest people on earth, but they make a shitload of money. Just because they stay consistent, they want to win, and in the end, they never ever stopped trying. Okay, I know there is a stat that says, yeah, 99% of day traders fail. For me, honestly, that's bullshit. 99% of traders quit, okay? They didn't fail, they quit. They stopped trying. And it's not the same as failing. They literally just quit, they stopped doing it. What are we gonna say? Like 99% of soccer players fail because only 1% make it to the top? No, right? It's a completely different perspective when you look at it like this. Even in school, where I grew up, maybe 20% of nurses were accepted. Does that mean that 80% of nurses fail? No, absolutely not. And that's the same thing in trading. The 99% of traders that failed, they just quit. So please never quit and then you can never fail. Simple. I think with that being said, I covered everything I wanted to cover. If you still have questions after this video, please make sure to send me a DM. I will guide you, I will help you. If you want more information about a strategy, about anything regarding to trading, I will help you out. And another thing I would like to say is I am doing a giveaway very soon, so please make sure to check out my social. Follow me on Instagram, join my free Telegram because I will announce it in there. It's gonna be super interesting. I'm gonna host a little trading competition. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. If you want me to create more videos like these or go in depth about any other trading concept, please comment it down below and I will make a video about it. Ciao.